Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial with KWS Patterns. In this tutorial today, I am going to demonstrate to you how to factor a quadratic expression when a is greater than 1. Now first I must talk about the standard form. The standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the standard form for a quadratic equation or expression. Now another thing that I must say to you is that the difference between an expression and an equation is the fact that there's no equal sign here. It is not equal to something. It's just an expression where we have three terms here, and this is a quadratic expression, or we can call it is also a trinomial. Now a, this is our a, the first term here, so h would be our a, b would be our -10, and c would be our -3. That's our standard form. So in order to factor this quadratic expression, there are two methods of doing this, and I'm going to first demonstrate the first one. We're going to take a and we're going to multiply it by our c term, and we're going to get -24, and I'm going to write it there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite the expression without the a term. So I'm going to now have x squared minus 10x minus 24. So this is going to be, I have my -24 at the top here. I can put it at the top. It doesn't matter if you don't want to put it here. Now the next step I'm going to do is find the factors of -24 such that when added is going to give me the middle term, which is -10. So I can literally write the factors of 24. I can do it off the -24 on the side here. I can have, you can start off with 2 and 12. One is positive, one is negative, or you can do 3, -3 and 8, or you can also do 4 and 6. You can play around with these, but check to see if they're going to equal to -10. So this, when added, is going to give me 10. This two factors, when added, is going to give me 5 here, and 4 plus -6 is going to give me a -2 here. So I can't use those because I don't have a -10. So I'm going to continue. So now I have another option. I can try now with 2 and -12. So notice the difference here. I'm switching the negative symbols here. So now this is going to give me -10, and I can stop there. Now I know to choose these two, all right, as my factors. Now I'm going to rewrite this expression, right, this trinomial, in two sets of binomial. So using the factors. So I have x and I have x here. I'm going to use my 2 and I'm going to use my 12. And I'm going to make that negative and make this positive. So we're not done. Then the next step now, I'm going to rewrite the same expression below, okay? But with this, I'm going to do something a little bit different, all right, with this one. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to put in the 8, which is an a value here. So I'm going to bring it down and have that. The next step that I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite the same expression again, because I like doing it this way, so not to confuse anyone. So I have 8x minus 12. And what I'm going to do now, I am going to find a factor that can go into both 8x plus 2. So I can choose 2, the lowest one, all right, is 2. 2 can go into 2, and 2 can also go into 8, so I'm going to divide by 2. Right? Then I'm going to do the same thing with the second binomial. I'm going to find a factor that can go into both 8 and -12. So I can choose 2, but 2 is greatest common factor I'm going to look for, not the lowest one. So let's choose the next number from 2. Can't use 3 because 3 doesn't go into 8, even though 3 goes into 12. So I'm going to use 8. Sorry, I'm going to use 4. 4 can go into 8x, and 4 is also can go into -12, so I'm going to divide this by 4. Now when I divide that by 4, I will notice that I will end up with 2 into 8 is a 4x plus 1 right here, and the other binomial will give me 2x, -12 divided by 3 is going to be negative 3. Negative 12 divided by 4 is going to be negative 3, all right? And that is what my factored form will look like. So now you just box your answer, or I like to put a little cloud around my answer. I just like to be fancy, you know. Instead of boxing, you put a little cloud around. So that is just the factor in that. And what you can do now, you can also check your work. I always tell students to check your work. So what you can do, check your work. 4x times 2x is going to be 8x squared, and 4x times negative 3 is going to be negative 12. 2 times 1 is going to be plus 2x, and 1 times negative 3 is going to be negative 3. Combine the like terms here with the negative 12x, and the 2x is going to give you negative 10x, so you will have 8x squared minus 10x minus 3, and that is our original expression that we had, all right? It takes it back to the original. So you know that your answer is correct, and you check yourself. That's how you check your work. So now there's another way, another format that I want to show you, all right? And with this format, I am simply going to now look at your A value, which is 8, or A, which is 8, and then we're going to look at our C value, which is negative 3. I'm going to find the factors of this. I can use either an 8 and 1, or I can just go ahead and use a 4 and a 2, all right, 4 and 2. So I'm going to write 4 and 2 here, and for the negative 3, I'm going to use 1 and a 3, all right? Now, I place it strategically this way. Actually, I'm going to rewrite this below down here because I want to show you something different, all right? So whatever I do now, I'm going to cross multiply. So if I cross multiply these, I get 12 here, and I also get 2 here, all right? I note that I need the B term to be negative 10, so let's look at this. I need something to be negative, so this has to be negative, all right? So now I'm going to negate this for my 3, because remember I had negative 3, and I'm saying, okay, it's either going to be negative 3, or it's going to be 1, or it's going to be negative 1 and 3, okay? So now I know which one to negate. So I did that, and now I notice this, when I add these, will give me negative 10. Now I can go ahead now and associate that and write my answer as 4 going across, because after you've done so, you can go across now, right? I like to show you, so I'm going to go across and I'm going to write 4x plus 1. That's your first term, and then the second one is going to be going across again. Is going to be 2x minus 3. And remember, we had put the negative here because we need to have the negative 3 there. And that is your expression. Now, say for instance, if you didn't just jump to the answer like that, and say for instance, hypothetically speaking, you had started out with, say, 8 and 1, and say 3 and 1, you'll notice that when you go multiply them diagonally, you're going to end up with, say, 24 and 1, which would not give you 10. So trial and error, you have to use this method, but you have to do a lot of trial and error in order to get to the correct one. Because if you have also, chose, 6 and 4, and then you need to do 3 and 1, if you cross multiply here, you'll notice that will give you 12, and this would give you 6. So, but if you have 12 and 6, even you negate one of these, you still have to make sure that you end up with negative 10 as your middle term, all right? So that is all that I have today in factoring quadratic expressions when A is greater than 1. Remember your standard form, all right? And these are 2 methods. If you need more videos on this, please leave a comment below, and please like and subscribe and share my video with others around the world so they can be knowledgeable in math. And thank you for watching. Cheers now. Bye.